while we have it, and while there's a lot of SEC games, a lot of interesting games this week, you want to do some picks?
Let's do it.
Let's do some picks. All right. So we're going to do, Betonline.ag with our handy betting lines here. A very interesting one on Friday night, a little Friday night football. Illinois traveling to Kansas. Illinois is 3-point underdogs on the road at Kansas.
I'm taking that. I'm going to take Kansas to win it. I think they built a little bit of momentum, and I think after watching Illinois this past weekend, they got smirked it. Now they might have fixed the kinks, but I think Kansas is, slowly but surely starting to figure out this thing called football.
Oh, they play that there? Yeah, I'm with you there. I don't know. I don't think Illinois. It's a weird thing they got going on. I think as they're figuring it out, I don't think they're going to have that luxury, and I think Kansas is going to make them pay. So, give me the Jayhawks. How about this 10 a.m. game?
It's 10 a.m.
Central. It ain't Colorado. But we'll get to that one. Vanderbilt is close enough, right? Same color scheme. Vanderbilt is traveling to Wake Forest to take on the Demon Deacs. Vandy is 10-point underdogs on the road at Wake Forest.
Wake. I watched Vandy struggle against Hawaii. That's all I need to see.
I think Vandy at least covers. I don't know if they win, but I think they at least cover. This is a must-win for them. Again, they're going to have to figure some things out. I think they at least cover because I don't know that Wake Forest is – I think they might be a little too talent depleted to win this game by more than 10 points. So give me Vandy. Give me the points. Don't know if they're going to win, but they're going to at least cover, I think. We shall see. Does Georgia cover 42.5? That's a valid question these days.
I think they do. I think they cover.
Yeah, I do too. I think they're going to be.
I don't think they have a choice but to cover after the way they started the game last week.
I don't think they want to see Kirby if they don't cover this one. I don't think they're going to want to come to practice.
I was happy on the headset last Saturday.
Yeah, it wasn't pretty. Wasn't pretty. Okay, now the game that you wanted. This is a new kickoff here. Colorado hosting once former bitter rival, Big 12 rival, Nebraska. They are now in separate conferences. Colorado will go back to the Big 12 next year. Nebraska in the Big 10 now. They don't play as often. But Colorado, Coach Prime, first home game, home opener. They're 3-point favorites, which I don't know that they were 3-point favorites to begin at the beginning of the season in this game. I think that those odds have shifted for obvious reasons. What do you think?
They got that thing sold out. It's going to be a packed out house in Boulder. Buffalo, whatever their mascot's name is going to be running. Ralphie, that's it. I didn't know if Ralphie was still alive or not. Maybe I might have changed it. But they're going to send Ralphie down the middle of the field before pregame, scare the absolute dog doo-doo out of Nebraska, and they're going to proceed to win this football game.
I'm with you. I'm sold on Colorado. I don't think Nebraska is going to have an answer for Travis Hunter. I really don't. He is a bona fide stud. So give me the Buffs all day. Okay. Texas A&M at Miami. This was a A&M win a year ago. A&M looked much improved this against Kent State, the aforementioned Kent State. A&M 4-point favorites on the road. Are you buying it?
I think I'm going to buy it. Buying A&M.
Yeah, I'm buying A&M, and I think it's a little bit to do with the fact that I'm really not buying Miami right now.
That's why
I'm buying Miami even less. So it's like, okay, well, I got to take somebody, right? So I will go with Texas A&M. The Cy-Fair Trophy, I think is what it's called. Iowa State. Iowa found some offense. They figured out that they are indeed allowed to score touchdowns.
They can throw the ball down the field. They figured it out.
They figured it out. They figured something out. Iowa State, no clue what they bring to the table. but with Matt Campbell, they're always a tough out. They're always going to be a tough team. Just don't know what they got talent-wise. But Iowa's 4-point favorites on the road in Ames.
Ooh, in Ames?
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking Iowa State in this one. I got a feeling.
Taking the home dogs. I'm going to take the Hawkeyes. I don't normally do that, but I'm going to take the Hawkeyes in this one. I don't know. Their defense is pretty special, and their punter will flip the field often.
Yeah.
It's a weapon. All right. Ole Miss traveling to Tulane. 7.5-point favorites. Any reason to take Tulane?
Nah, I don't think so. I think what are they? 7.5-point favorites?
7.5, yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking Ole Miss here. I think Ole Miss. I think Tulane's a really good football team. But I think Ole Miss will figure it out.
Jackson Dart is legit, dude.
Yeah.
He's legit. He opened some eyes.
He's definitely gotten better.
Way better. Way, way better. Because of what happened last week, I mean, Northwestern got completely embarrassed by Rutgers. They are 1.5-point underdogs to UTEP. Do I need to repeat that?
I'm taking UTEP.
That's bad. Yes, I'm definitely taking UTEP here. That is pretty pitiful. Okay. Oklahoma. They impressed us. Soon to be SEC. Oklahoma Sooners. Boomer. They are 16-point favorites over SMU. Knowing what we know about Oklahoma from a year ago, knowing what they just did to Butch Jones. Do they cover the spread and keep it rolling, or is that too many points?
I think they cover. They looked a lot better this year, coming out the gate. So I think I'm gonna take Gabriel is looking really, really good. Little Stoops is catching the ball while the receivers are gelling. I think they got some amazing firepower. So I'm gonna take it.
Okay, so we have a few more games here. Texas and Bama. Texas is 7-point underdogs at Alabama. They're on the road. Bryant Denny Stadium, 6:00 game or 7:00 game Eastern.
Simply from the simple fact of Nick Saban is on a warpath at this particular moment, and I think that the fact that they can run the football, they're making it a point to run the football now. I don't think Texas will be ready.
I just don't think they had the dudes up front. I don't think they had the depth. Alabama's defense is nasty, and if they get any semblance of a lead, Jalen Miller is going to be back there cooking. So
yes.
So give me that all day. All right. Our last one that we're going to pick. Actually, we got two more. Arizona. This is the only time that Mississippi State may be a big home favorite or big favorite in any game, but they're favored by 9 over Arizona.
I'm taking it.
Taking the 9.
Taking the 9.
Yeah, I think this is one of those where you're just like, okay, they're actually better in this matchup. They're not going to be able to say that much with Mississippi State, but they're actually going to be better.
No.
All right, and the last one, Pac-12 After Dark. Auburn, 6.5-point road favorites at Cal.
I'm going to take it.
I am too. I don't think Cal has any sort of answer for what Auburn has in the running attack. As much as I'm not a fan of Hugh Freeze, you may be. I think he's a little bit skeezy, but he's a good football coach, and they have a little bit of talent, and they can do a few things. And so I think this is more of, I don't think Cal's going to be able to hang with them. I don't think Auburn's anything special, but I also don't think Cal will be able to handle the speed up front. I don't think they're ready for that.
This is going to come down to player for player, in my opinion. I think Auburn has better players.
Yes, I agree with that. So, Israel, that's going to do it for our picks. That's going to do it for our show. It's a quick one, man. Quick preview. getting you set to your weekend right. So what I want you to do is go find us anywhere you find your podcast. Go find us on social media. If you don't follow Troopstar 28, you're missing out. He has some beauties. He has some gems in there. If you're not following at Believe in Dogs, you should do so. If you're not following at Coach Burton 36, you should, but not quite as exciting as following Troopstar 28. Go subscribe to our show on YouTube. Hit us up on social. Like I said, hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We're not very active on TikTok. If we get to 1,000 subscribers, Israel will do a TikTok dance.
It's gonna take a lot of you guys. Let's get it going.
So whatever the trend is, or I'll learn the gritty, which that'll be an adventure in itself. So we have a signal. We have a signal called dance. So I've got to figure that one out. That's a full scale shift. But yeah. So if you're not subscribed, if you're not following us, please do so. You won't regret it. I promise you. Got a lot of good things. The season's going to really get going when we get into the meat of our schedule. We're really going to be cranking with this thing, and it's going to be a journey. So, but that's going to do it for us tonight. Before we get out of here, who do y'all got this week at where?
We have Benedictine on the road in Savannah Friday night. Battle of the defending champs. They won it last year in 4A. We won it in 5A. So they made a nice big spectacle of this thing. So it's gonna be a packed house. It's gonna be a good game.
Okay. Heck yeah. We Innsworth is hosting Knoxville Catholic, so that'll be a fun one. That'll be I don't know how this game fared last year, but it should be a little bit tougher of a test than the one we just had with Trezevant. Mm-hmm. So I'm excited about that. We've got a really good game plan. We've had a pretty good week of practice, pretty solid week of practice. So no complaints here.
Great Wednesday today. So makes you feel good.
It does. Makes you feel good going into the week. We got a JV game tomorrow against Brentwood Academy. That's going to be fun. And we're gonna end this week on a high note. So for Israel Troop, I'm Corey Burton. This is the Believe in Georgia Dogs podcast on the Believe Network, presented by Betonline.ag. We will see you back here next week for the recap of the Ball State game, and then also a quick preview of the upcoming matchup with South Carolina. You know the drill. See you later, and go Dogs.
Go Dogs.